am I dark?
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually looks really good.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So, we're going to be talking about the Eagles today.
Okay.
So how long have you been an Eagles fan?
My whole life. 47 years.
How many games do you think you've been to? Rough estimate.
Rough estimate. Well, let's see. This is the 20th year of our season tickets, which we're not there this year, so 19 years. I'd say I get to maybe, let's say on average 6, okay, let's say 8 if we're going to include playoffs. So what would that be? Let's just say a rough estimate of 150 games.
What is your favorite Eagles memory, or you could just list off like a bunch of memories that you've had just over the years watching the Eagles?
Over the years?
Mm-hmm.
First one that comes to mind was Donovan McNabb, Freddie Mitchell, 4th and 26 against the Packers playoff. It was brutally cold. And we were so upset in the stands. We could not believe we were getting, about to get knocked out. And, it was a miracle. And just everybody going absolutely insane, crazy. I mean, that was just awesome. Obviously, back in, 04, 05, when we beat the Falcons to go to the Super Bowl. That was awesome. I mean, it was pretty neat because nobody really had, you didn't have a smartphone, so it's not like people were on their phones. Everybody was just celebrating in the stands, and that was really, really exciting. Then this time around, winning the game to go to the Super Bowl, and of course the parade on Broad Street. Those are my my favorite memories.
All right. What is your least favorite Eagles memory?
My least favorite Eagles memory is last game at the Vet against Tampa Bay. We score right off the bat. I mean, we were the better team, and we just choked. The play calling was, I love Andy Reid, but he choked in that game. So did Donovan. I mean, it was just, it was devastating. We had champagne on ice in the parking lot. We thought that was it, and then to turn around and see, Tampa Bay just crushed Oakland in the Super Bowl that year. It felt like we were robbed. That should have been ours.
So going into this season, obviously with no fans and all, and even just like the team in general, like what were your honest feelings before even a snap was played against the Washington football team? What were your feelings going into the season?
I was not feeling as strong because when you look at how we drafted compared to, say, the Dallas Cowboys, I just thought we needed to get more wide receiver. I felt like we wasted the second round pick on Jalen Hurts. I think he would have been there later on. I don't think he was in need. I would have liked to see either a wide receiver or a linebacker or something like so. Fill one of our needs. I feel like often in the draft we don't draft to our needs, and I feel like we think we're getting creative with who we're picking, and usually it's a bust.
So now we're 3 games into the season, 0-2-1. Losing to the Washington football team, to the Rams, and tying arguably the worst team in the league, the Cincinnati Bengals. How do you feel about the season so far?
Not good. Not good. I didn't know how, I wasn't feeling so strong about it, and I would say, though, I didn't think we were going to be as bad as we are, rather. Carson's really struggling. He doesn't have a lot around him. It's bad.
Where do you see the problems for the season so far? Like, where do you see the problems? What are the problems? What's your kind of opinion on that?
My opinion. Okay, so I would take it back. The one thing that bothered me with the Jalen Hurts pick is I think in Philly there's always been this controversy with Carson, with Nick Foles, and he finally was going to be the man, and he gets hurt, in not long into the first playoff game last year. So confidence-wise, I was a little concerned with Wentz, and then you go out and you draft Jalen Hurts, even though you just gave him Wentz a contract. I just felt that what kind of message was that sending to your guy? And then I think in the first game you saw he was running for his life. He had no protection. And now I feel like he's had some protection, but it's almost like he is just so fearful of getting hit and getting hurt. I think that's a big thing. I think the injuries have absolutely killed us. This weekend, I mean, you didn't have Deshaun. You had what's his name, Rager? Yeah. He was out. You lost Goddard early on. Ertz has not quite been himself. I don't know if that's a contract thing or what, or if that's really all you have to target there. So he's not getting much separation. God, I could go right up and down the whole team, because then I think the D, I think the secondary is really struggling. Although I thought they did a better job this week, against Washington, it was terrible.
Can you compare this season to any other season you've ever seen from the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I think you could look at maybe the last year or two of Andy Reid. I thought there was a lot of similarities there, especially with one of my criticisms of the McNabb years were that they never really gave McNabb any weapons besides the year or 2 years that we had T.O. He had to throw a lot of times to, Pinkston and James Thrash. They never really gave him any weapons. I think you look at, you look at Dak Prescott, and he's got Amari Cooper. They drafted Lamb. So anyway, I think you could look at some of the end years of Andy Reid. Although right now this seems like such a dumpster fire, I would look at the Chip Kelly, the last year of Chip Kelly. That's kind of what it feels like right now.
What are your honest feelings of Carson Wentz right now?
I think he's struggling. I think he is lacking confidence right now. I'd like to see the play calling get simpler for him. I think he's just trying to do too much. And I think you got to take what the defense is showing you. And I feel it's been a criticism a lot for me with the Eagles that we don't take that. We try to, do too much or outthink it. If there's, if the run game is going, run it until they stop you. It doesn't, let Carson just hand it off. We don't always have to, come up with this big play that I feel is going on right now.
Should the Eagles consider starting Jalen Hurts?
No. I think once you do that, you can't go back. So, and I'm not sure that, Hurts is going to have the same weapons. I don't think that makes a difference.
What are your feelings on the whole coaching staff right now, specifically Doug Peterson and Jim Schwartz?
I think that Doug Peterson is a hot mess right now. I think he has to, like I just said in my last answer, he has to simplify it. He has to look at who you're playing and come up with your plays according to who they have. Schwartz, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is there. there. I sort of just feel he doesn't have the personnel. I don't know. I think losing Malcolm Jenkins last year was, he's a tough guy to replace, and I'm not sure who, I think Jalen Mills is taking over for the defense there, and I don't know. It's only 3 games in, but we'll see.
What needs to happen for the season to turn around?
We need to win. We just need to start clicking. We need to execute. Better game plan, execute, and you just need to win. It doesn't have to be pretty, but you get one win going, and that gives you a little bit of confidence.
Are you optimistic for this turnaround?
No, I'm not, but let's see what happens. Beating the Cowboys could go a long way.
All right, final question. If this season continues to trend winless or just few wins, what do you think the Eagles should do?
Draft better. I think we'll get a better draft pick, and we don't have a great history with the draft, but I don't know, if we have a high draft pick, you got to make it a good one. You got to make it somebody that you need.